the patience, the wish, the creation, and the faith within. Beauty, passion, ambition, love. I am pure guidance. Success, adventure, abundance, luxury, peace. Hi Scorpio, and welcome back to Pure Guidance. We're going to go ahead and take a look at your June reading. And for this, I've already meditated on your energy as well as pre-shuffle the decks we're using today. So let's just get started. For those of you new to the channel, welcome. How this works is I just let the cards fall into place and then we talk about the different messages that are coming across. First two cards out here, we have here Temperance and the Wheel of Fortune for you, Scorpio. Wow. Starting the reading off with two major arcana cards, it indicates that the month will be very significant for you. The Temperance itself brings in multiple messages, one of which being all about growth and adventure, spirituality, and there's a hint of reconciliation as well, especially because we do have the Wheel of Fortune here for you, which means there is something you might be asked to take a chance on. Okay, could be a relationship, could be a decision you're having to make, an offer may have come your way, but this is going to ask you to take a chance on it, take a chance on things. Might take you outside of your comfort zone a little bit, given the energy we're going to be experiencing. I mean, your sister signs are really, like there's a lot of astrological focus on your sister signs throughout the month of June, which means a lot of focus on the element of water. And as the first card out, you can see Temperance is all about that, right? What we're seeing here in the illustration is the flow. The flow from conscious to subconscious. The water here is actually going upward. She has one step into the water and one step into or on the land, and the land is representing your conscious mind while the water is representing your subconscious. Okay, but here there's a mixture of everything. So I feel like there is a reconciliation perhaps taking place. Something may have happened significant enough to have impacted you at both levels, like not just consciously, but subconsciously as well. There's something, there's scraps of memories, like kind of just left over. It's something that you just never got over. It may end up revisiting, or it could just be an experience from the past hindering your decision in the present. So that's how this is tying together. And for you to, the only way is to overcome it if you're going to move forward, right? And so it could be just reconciling with your own behavior from the past or your own memory, whatever the circumstance may have been in the past, saying, okay, it's done. It is what it is. Accepting it for that and then moving forward and taking a chance. It could be something you're avoiding, right? As a result of something that may have happened in the past. It's interesting. It's big. It's really big. Wheel of Fortune indicates endings and beginnings. So if you're able to allow for this transition to happen, it will work out better for you. Okay, a few cards came into place here. Let's take a look. Knight of Swords. You're going to have your eye on the prize here, really. Like, to get to where you want to be, it will be challenging. It's not going to be easy. It may feel like a storm's going to come in, but, this will allow you to rise to your power and be the King of Cups. King of Cups representing full and complete control over your emotional stability, right? It could just, the feeling of content being present, it can't happen if you don't allow for it, right? Or whatever this is that you said no to or are thinking about saying no to but should say yes to, something's in the way of you and your happiness, right? There's hurdles on the way between, it's something from the past, and you have to allow for the wheel to turn so you can be here. You can enjoy whatever is meant to be yours. This King of Cups, he's fulfilled. He has all he wants. But to get here, this has to happen. And this is just being able to face your fears, I feel. Could be a memory from the past. Could be that you're having to work with someone from the past that, you know, really did feel like it strained you. Okay? So that is going to require a lot of comforting. Like, you need to comfort your own thoughts during this process. It's not going to be easy, it seems, right? 10 of Wands, it's an incoming burden that can lead to anxiety, right? 9 of Swords, waking up at 3 a.m. Waking up with fear, waking up with regret even. So this is important. Reconciliation now is important. The Hermit, this will be a journey of you on your own. It's an opportunity for you to reflect, to grab that mirror and really take that dive. Like, this is a season, I mean, it's Gemini season, yes, but we also have a lot of movement in your sister sign in Cancer. We have Mercury going retrograde around the 17th of June. We have a new moon happening in Cancer. And so, my apologies. All right, so as we were saying, the Hermit is, you know, asking you to basically reflect on your past experiences, and this will be done in quiet. This will be done in seclusion. The Hermit is the opportunity for you to walk the path alone and to come to certain realizations, right? And that's how this reconciliation can take place. Clearly the cards are advising for it and not against. If you avoid it, what will end up happening is the same thing. There will be no end. It'll just come right back. But if you want it to end, if you want to be here with the King of Cups, I mean, it has to kind of take place. But really, it's not like do this or else. It's more like it's an opportunity for you to find growth, right? And so as I was saying about Cancer, with the Mercury retrograde happening in Cancer, what that is going to allow, as well as the Pisces, Neptune going retrograde in Pisces as well in the month of June, will give you that chance to reflect, right? And so after June 17 to 18, that's when Mercury goes retrograde in Cancer. We then have the new moon and solar eclipse in Cancer, so in your sister sign on the 20th to 21st, which will bring about some major understanding, I feel. We're going to keep shuffling, okay? But let me just hit some points here which are really important. Neptune retrograde happens around June 22nd to 23rd, and that will be a time of reflection for you. And it appears to be very significant as well, because it's about emotions, understanding your emotions, why you feel the way you do, and accepting something right there. So let's continue with the cards here. It just felt like that's important, but like I said, it's an opportunity. Okay, it's an opportunity. The Lovers. Yeah, I feel like the entire Gemini season for you, because the Lovers does represent Gemini as well, as the star sign of Gemini. This card also is, you know, it talks about twin flames and soulmates. But here, in specific, and I understand everyone has their own belief system, but hear me out. The Lovers card here, I feel, is really bringing out the reflection aspect in your reading. And this reflection, although I said, yes, it's going to happen within, a lot of it's going to happen within. The realization aspect is going to happen within. However, you are being supported by your twin flame, your soulmate. For those of you who've already met them, that's amazing. They're guiding you along. For those of you who haven't met them yet, they are still there with you, supporting you, if you want that support, that is, and guiding you. How? Through your thoughts, through your dreams, through your instinct. So tune into all of that, because they are providing reflection. For those of you who have found them, who you know, this could be, of course, your partner if you don't believe in twin flames. So be it, that's okay. But what this is saying is they will bring out certain points, certain facts that need recognition by you. They might mirror you, quite literally. If you're putting positive thoughts and energy out there, they're going to be reflecting it right back to you. And if there's something that, doesn't sit well with you, well, they're going to be acting up as well. It's just they will act like a reflection to you. But this reflection period is happening in order for growth, spiritually as well, and to allow for reconciliation to happen. Now, of course, this can also be for those of you who haven't met them yet, but this is, a past event where you had to let go, maybe say goodbye to them, and now they are reappearing. And if you are accepting the differences and then moving forward with it, because, the Hermit does also represent forward movement, growth. It's the number 9, almost at 10. That means you're almost at a full cycle with these things, right? And so that can also be the case, and maybe forgiving them and then moving on with them is the answer here. Yeah? Okay. Let's take a look at under the deck. Before I move forward, I just need to mention a couple of things. Temperance was your first card out. Temperance also represents the zodiac sign of Sagittarius, a fire sign. If you are dealing with a Sagittarius, it looks as though they are really wanting some movement or a push in things. Understanding, they might be asking for you to understand them in some way. If it's not a Sagittarius, it can also be an Aries or a Leo. It's going to play out differently for everyone, and if you really want to go into depth with that message, you can always get a personal reading with me, okay? Check out my website at impureguidance.com for more info. The other thing I want to mention, the Hermit also represents the zodiac sign of Virgo. That's an earth sign. Other earth signs are Capricorn and Taurus. And it is very much possible, if you are dealing with a Virgo, they are having their own moment right now. So they will want to be secluded. They will want to be alone. And perhaps not converse. However, the Gemini season is going to encourage conversation between you and them. Okay? And last but not the least, if you are dealing with a Gemini or another air sign as well, such as Aquarius or Libra, then their energy is coming across as they want, like they are asking for a conversation from you. And perhaps you might be the one stepping away. Yeah, of course, you might not always know who you're dealing with or what their air sign is. But yeah, if you have questions, just email me, by the way. pureguidancetarot@gmail.com. If you don't understand who falls where, or if you just don't know their zodiac sign, but you feel like, wow, that sounds like them. And if you want to go more into depth, you can always get a personal reading. Okay, moving forward with bottom of the deck. 7 of Wands. You might feel like pressured, perhaps, during this time. It appears as though there might be some sort of competition present that might cause a little bit of difficulty moving forward. If it's a relationship, could be like a third-party situation, which has caused some distress perhaps. In forward movement, it may have cost the relationship to begin with. If not, if it's just general life circumstances here for you that you perhaps resonate with, then what I'm seeing here is perhaps allowing the support of others to be close to you is the way to move forward. That will help the situation. They might not be able to directly help you like we saw in the general reading here for you. It might not be a direct help or aid, but just knowing that they're there might be enough for you. The rest you're going to have to handle on your own, according to the reading, that is. So that's 7 of Wands, 5 of Swords, 3 of Cups, and the 5 of Cups. And then underneath we also have the King of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. And I feel like there's an understanding that needs to happen within you, Scorpio. Handling of relationships, handling of stress. Perhaps your technique might need to change a little bit to accommodate the greater good, if that makes sense to you. That message isn't for everyone, of course. It's not going to resonate with everyone. It's a general reading, but for some of you, I think you know exactly what I'm saying. All right, let's clarify further. Pull a card from the universe. This is the Enchanted Map Oracle cards for the month of June. You got more than one. Stuck in the mud. Ghostlands, great. First you get stuck in the mud, then everything comes to a freeze, and then there's the goblins. Okay. These are acting as warning cards, actually. Scorpio. It's going to be a tricky month, okay? And it is asking you to quite literally face your fears, but let's go through this step by step just to make that clear. Stuck in the mud. You may find yourself in the month of June a little bit stuck. It could be due to circumstances. It could be due to communication errors, like clear-cut problems, and you can see it, but you can't voice it. So there's difficulty in communication, almost, you can say, which will cause hardships, and it might cause relationships to come at a standstill, to freeze on you, and it feels like there's no movement. And as a result of that, life will ask and demand you to allow for this. Goblins, it's about, if you look closely, it's really just about addressing your own fears, understanding yourself better. It's not a bad card. All these cards, they're not a bad card. It's like the universe is asking you to stop. You know, it's gonna feel like time is standing still, as if you're going through a period of hibernation almost, or you might find yourself just within you, right? Like you might feel like you don't belong, but not necessarily. It's just, you feel like your own person. It's less connection with other people and more with yourself, with your higher self, which will allow for some sort of an understanding to take place. And once it does, then you do move forward. King of Pentacles, Knight of Cups out in your far future are there, which means there's softening of some sort of resistance, but you need to focus on clearing the blockages first, right? Allow for this to happen by doing a full moon release, full moon cleanse. So full moon will be in Sagittarius in the month of June. If you can allow for that, it will really be helpful. Okay, why? Because full moons are meant for a cleanse. It's going to happen on June 5th. There's also lunar eclipse that day, so it is big, it is significant, and whatever might be causing that blockage can then be released on that day. And then when comes time for the new moon in Cancer, again, it's a very important day for you. That's when you can plant the seeds right and start over. Make amends. Okay. Notice the numbers. I feel like these might be dates for you. The 24th, 17th, 5th. Okay. And let's top this off with affirmations, magical times, empowerment cards. I know this reading was really, it was deep. I felt really deep. I didn't go too much into detail because it is a general reading and it'll apply differently to everyone. But yeah, elegance. It is found in the beauty of nature, the lotus waiting to bloom. Be the swan on the water and glide. I love the color here for you. And of course there's water. Water for a water sign, love it. Okay, let's read that out here for you. Elegance. Affirmations go as follows. Today I will give thanks for the miracle that is me. For I, who was once an ugly duckling, have become something more. I will see the beauty in myself, others, and nature, even when things are not perfect. I know that what I become depends on what I have overcome. I will find my rhythm, glide on the waves, and I will be a swan. It's just about tuning in with yourself. You know, for those of you, if you're like, wow, what? What is this reading? Understand that maybe for a while you've just been on the go, like go, 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 go. And if that's been you, this is a time to kind of stop and see. Stop and reflect. And then move forward. And you will. It's just June is a month that's asking for a period of reflection from you. And hence will come the time of Temperance and the Wheel of Fortune. It is the Wheel of Fortune, so there is good news coming in, but one thing needs to happen before the other. And if you look at this as an opportunity, you will gain more from it, as opposed to looking at it as an obstacle in your course. No, it's not an obstacle. It's more like an opportunity, and it will allow for more fluidity to then return into your life. It will hopefully give you an optimistic outlook on things. provide you with more power, a clear long-term vision, and acceptance of this being, you know, a part of things taking their natural pace and allowing for divine timing to do its thing. It will bring a whole lot of relief, I feel. Okay? All right, Scorpio, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this has brought some sort of clarity here. And a heads up. I feel like it's kind of like a heads up. So all the best with that. If you have questions, again, you can reach me at pureguidancetarot@gmail.com. March was the month for free readings, so I'm sorry I'm not doing free readings right now. It's actually really busy. And so just, yeah. But thank you. Feel free to reach out to me and we can go from there. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great month. And until next time, take care. Beauty, passion, ambition, love. I am pure guidance.